And they have given us every indication to conclude that Ahmadinejad and Khomeini are irrational people. What do they have to say or do to convince us that they're dangerous? So the United States of America has to make every effort, put every option on the table, and be willing to do anything necessary to stop them from becoming a nuclear power, including, if necessary, the use of military force. There is a leak that is all around the place that MEK assisted the Israeli government in assassinating one or two of the nuclear scientists in Iran. The MEK has unequivocally denied this. The leak is based on a report from a flunky of the Ayatollah, a complete liar and criminal, and it is supported by two unknown people in the State Department. They are people that should be going to prison. They're felons. So I don't know how we evaluate this other than to say that whatever proof there is of this coming from liars. Then the group, and trying to overthrow the government of Iran and trying to stop Iran from becoming a nuclear power, it seems to me they should be part of the new edition of Time magazine and become Person of the Year. Well, you tell me how they're any different than the lovers of freedom that had to resort to violence to overthrow Mubarak. They were Person of the Year. Or the people in Libya that had to resort to violence to overthrow Gaddafi, or the people in Syria today who had to resort to violence to protect themselves against Assad. How are they any different? Why are they, if there are people in Iran trying to overthrow the regime in Iran, why don't they fall in the same category as these other people? And by the way, Iran is much more dangerous than Mubarak, Ahmadinejad, or Assad. So what's the solution? There'll be many who speak on all the details of this. Let me just briefly tell you what I think the solution is. Solution number one is there must be a clear understanding that Iran cannot become a nuclear power. Anybody helping us prevent Iran from becoming a nuclear power is a friend of the United States, a friend of peace, a friend of freedom, and a friend of democracy. However, if you are going to continue with Camp Ashraf, then I implore our State Department to put pressure on the United Nations and on our ally, the government of Iraq, to allow 2 or 3 of us. They can pick anybody they want, 2, 3, or 4 of us, and the many others who are on our side, to go take a look at it, and then certify that it's a reasonable, sensible place, or that it's a prison camp. We're willing to take the trip anytime. I don't need a lot of sleep. I sleep on airplanes. I could be there in 12 hours or 15 hours. I won't spend a lot of time. We'll use our own money. They won't have to spend any money. And we'll go there. You pick any 3 or 4. And finally, unfortunately, at the core of all of this, that gives some support and creates tremendous confusion, is the continued designation. Why is the State Department waiting so long? What is it, 2 years now that they've been delaying in making this decision? This is not a terrorist group. These are terrorism experts. I know another 50 just like them who have been at these meetings and these groups. They know terrorism. These people know terrorism when they see it. This group is not a terrorist group. Lift the designation, and let's have our country on the right side. Thank you very much.